Hey, what's up guys, JJ Games there, and today I'm going over the best changes I think that will improve Street Fighter 6 for Season 2, and you know what, I'm just gonna, get right into it, let's not waste any time. And I think the change that we probably all want is Nerf Drive Rush, because, man, I thought V-Trigger in Street Fighter 5 was bad. Drive Rush is like really bad. Like I was just playing Third Strike and I got my ass kicked, but I didn't feel bad because it was skill. In Street Fighter 6, Drive Rush, it takes no skill, no risk reward. It pauses your opponent's actions. It doesn't take any skill at the end of the day. But I have two options to fix Drive Rush. Both of them, I'd be okay with either of these if they were to ever happen. Someone mysteriously from Capcom watches this video, but option one, I think it's pretty good, and most people would probably agree. Punish counter if you stop someone doing a Drive Rush. I think that makes the most sense. Just common sense. Someone does a Drive Rush and they get stopped, it should be a punish counter. It's a no-brainer. But one thing that I really think that's it shouldn't even be in Street Fighter 6 is the extended range on your normals you get when you do a Drive Rush. That is stupid. And the extended range normals get from Drive Rush is the reason why Jury could slide across the screen. You could still attempt to stop her Drive Rush, but for some reason her attack hits you, but you don't stop her Drive Rush, which is again, what are these developers of these games thinking? But still, a part of option one would be decrease speeds of some characters' Drive Rush. I was thinking about doing all, but I was like, nah, because some characters' Drive Rush is slow as hell. So maybe you only decrease speeds of some characters. So you would decrease probably Ken, Luke, definitely DJ. A human, you can't expect a human to react to DJ's shit consistently. So yeah. And the final option of option one of nerfing Drive Rush would be to fix when player one does a Drive Rush, it affects player two's inputs again. This is preschool shit. How do you mess this up? How in a AAA fighting game, you have an input issue like this? But yeah, just fix player two's inputs if a player one does a Drive Rush, screen freeze, etc. So that is option one. Now this is option two. So option two is very interesting. So option two, I was you could remove screen freeze from a Drive Rush, but you could keep the screen freeze if Drive Rush is done during a combo. I don't even know if something like this is even possible, but maybe if they could do it, I was thinking that's definitely a good idea. And also option two would be the same, decrease the speed of some characters' Drive Rushes. Also option two would also include the remove extra range from normals when they do a Drive Rush. And option two would also contain the punish counter if you hit a person and they did a Drive Rush. So I'm interested in which options of nerfing Drive Rush you guys think is better. So option one was the punish counter if you hit a person while they're in animation, remove extra range from normals they get during a Drive Rush, decrease speed of some characters' Drive Rush, and fix input of P2 when P1 does a Drive Rush. So that is option one of Nerf Drive Rush. Now, this is option two of Nerf Drive Rush, which is remove screen freeze from a regular Drive Rush. keep the screen freeze if the drive rush is done during a combo. Again, I have no idea if this is even possible, but you know, who knows. Decrease speeds of some characters' drive rushes. Also, remove extra range from normals get from drive rush. And obviously punish counter if you hit a person while they're in a drive rush. So that's option 2, and I'm interested in hearing what you guys think, which option of nerfing drive rush is better. Now the second one I think people overlook. One other change is jump recovery. I think jump recovery in Street Fighter 6 is retarded. Here's why. The corner is so dangerous and scary, right? Why, when the corner is already so dangerous and scary, are people getting punished after they successfully jump out the corner? Again, like the decisions these developers make is just like, do you guys play y'all games? Like, the corner is like hell. Someone jumps out the corner, they manage to successfully jump out the corner without being anti-aired. They land on the ground. They're still in recovery frames to be punished. Like, in a game like this, maybe in like a past Street Fighter, in a game like this, when someone jumps out the corner, they should be good. Like, again, like, I don't know what these developers to be thinking. That does not need to be in a game like Street Fighter 6. I don't know why this isn't in the game in the first place. Like, I don't know if these developers are playing their games. Like this is ridiculous for me to even ask for something like this to be in the game, but drive rush overheads should be negative on block. Why would a drive rush overhead be plus on block? That literally removes the risk reward of fighting, of combat in general. So someone could do a drive rush overhead and then be plus on block. That is retarded. That should be negative on block, like under any circumstances. Like, I don't know if these guys are playing their games, like, for real. Yeah, so that's basically a no-brainer. Drive rush overheads be negative on block. And the final thing I think is, unless you guys may disagree with this, but I think that because they made the drive rush cancel easier, because when Street Fighter 6 just came out and during the beta you'd have to do a double tap to do a drive rush, and so doing a low forward drive rush took some kind of timing, some kind of skill. But now anybody could do it, and so basically I would like to see low forwards into drive rush negative on block, because in this game, because they remove proximity block, it's way easier to be caught walking backwards by a low. And with that being said, making a low forward into drive rush plus on block, again, that removes the risk reward. The only way to stop that, like I said before, is like a CA or a EX meter. But I think because of the proximity block change, also them making the drive rush cancel way easier by a press of a button than it was before when Street Fighter 6 just came out, I think that to make it a little balanced, I think that a low forward into drive rush should be negative on block. It should not be your turn after. I just think that would make people think more about doing it and not just do it, because again, there's no risk reward. On top of that, it's too easy. It's not like it's FADC like Street Fighter 4 where it took some kind of timing. But yeah, that's basically my changes for Street Fighter 6. I was thinking about doing something to drive parry, but honestly, I don't see the issue with drive parry drive parry is like, it's not easy to get. And if when someone gets thrown out of a drive parry, their drive gauge go down a lot. They get like 20% of their health gone. I could see why people think drive parry is an issue, but compared to these issues right here, it's drive parry is nothing compared to drive rush. And yeah, it's just basically other than drive rush, you know, Street Fighter 6 is a decent game, you know. There's yeah, outside of drive rush, you know, it's decent. It's definitely not no third striker, you know, but it's decent. It's not a bad game. But I would hope to hear you guys' opinion in the comment section, and I hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time.